Hello guys, welcome to Booysens Beyond. Hello travel friends, today we're going to talk about how to travel South Africa. Last week Altus explained a little bit more about the transportation aspects of traveling in South Africa, and I think that it's a good conclusion to say that probably renting a car is the best option if you're going to be there for a while and if you want to explore more of the country than only one specific city. First, let's talk about accommodation. I'll talk a little bit about the 3 sites that we probably use the most in South Africa. Firstly, it's the world-known bookings.com. We really like bookings.com. We found a lot of good deals on there, and we love that there's also a big community that also gives proper reviews about the locations. If you're really looking for something nice or something specific, then I think bookings.com really is a great option, and we've booked through them a few times in South Africa. And one time we even had to book a very short notice night stay in Simonstown in Cape Town, which is quite an expensive area. So we went on there and we found an affordable price at this one hotel. And then at the reception told us that the price is more expensive than on bookings.com. So they have like group bookings, group prices sort of, which are fixed more or less. And you can sometimes find much better deals on bookings.com than if you actually contact the hotel personally. So what we actually do a lot of times when we're traveling around all around the world, and we're sort of doing a spontaneous thing and we know that we need a room for tonight, then we'll probably go to a town, first scout some of the places, and then we'll go on bookings.com and book them through bookings.com. Another site that we really like to use is Airbnb in South Africa. Now, we're budget travelers, so this is a great option for us, especially if we're in a city where hotels are quite expensive. The nice thing in South Africa is in the middle class suburban areas, there's still a lot of houses that have big yards and that have adjoining apartments or granny flats, whatever you want to call it, and a lot of people rent those out. So for $30 or $40 a night, you can rent basically an apartment for 2 people, and that's really been a good option for us so far. We've really liked it. Even if we go into our hometown and we don't want to bother our friends so much, we really feel like that's not that much money to waste or to spend on a room, even though we could probably crash with someone for free, but if we want a little bit of privacy. So Airbnb is really a great option. We've really only had good experiences with Airbnbs in South Africa. We haven't had any uncomfortable situations. We haven't felt uncomfortable in anybody's home. And like I said, you can easily find a very private little flat that has a kitchen, a living room and a bedroom, and a bathroom, of course. So definitely consider using Airbnb when you come to South Africa. Another site that I've used throughout even Southern Africa is safarinow.com, and they offer a great option if you specifically want tenting, permanent tents, guest houses. It's more focused on adventure travel. So when we did like a month-long trip through South Africa, Namibia and Botswana, I found most of our accommodation on there, and I've really been happy with their services. So I really feel that if you do come to South Africa, understand that a lot of the times you want it as easy and comfortable as possible, especially if it's a foreign country and you might be a little bit scared of how to get around, how to get to your accommodation if it's not specifically in the city. But the way that us South Africans travel or holiday, we really like to go to lodges or game farms, game lodges, any place where you can be in nature, and we really like our space. So a lot of places offer little chalets, which is separate units, so you're not crammed into a big building like a hotel. And hotels are great. There's really wonderful hotels in South Africa. I really urge you to support the local community through booking with them. You're also helping to support them to give jobs to the less fortunate. So definitely keep that in mind when you're considering to book accommodation in South Africa. Like I said, hotels are great, but every accommodation provider has a role to fulfill, and each one of them fulfills the need of a different traveler. So it really just depends on what you want and what you like. But there's even very luxurious game lodges where, I mean, they'll arrange for you to be picked up from the airport, taken to the lodge, having game drives, sunset, sunrise, whatever you like. So there is an array of options for you. This last one that I'm going to talk about is sort of like a bonus website or app, whatever you want to call it, which is Lekker Slaap, and that is an Afrikaans word, but the very unfortunate thing is that they only offer the site like as an option in Afrikaans, but you can translate it to English and you can find accommodation on there too. I just really like the user friendliness of the site, and they usually afford you like a specific travel agent in a way that will manage your bookings, and they will let you know when you have an upcoming booking and make sure that you're happy with the booking that you have made or the accommodation that you have gotten. So I really like the site. They're very hands-on, very thorough, and they've got great customer service. But like I said, it is unfortunate that it does not as an option come in English. But for the Afrikaans folks, that's definitely a site that you have to check out. We found some wonderful accommodation options on there, or accommodations that we've really liked. And sometimes we found one or two that you wouldn't readily get on other bigger sites. Then I just really like to urge you to explore South African restaurants. Compared to first world countries, the restaurants really are very inexpensive. You can get amazing quality food without paying the amazing price tag. Amazing in the sense that it's really affordable. We have wonderful seafood. We've got great meats, steaks, and even a lot of restaurants offer vegetarian options to try and accommodate you as far as possible. Definitely make sure to try all the traditional South African dishes. There is such a wide variety of different types of food because there's such a wide variety of culture, and it's really a good way to capture the essence of every single culture in the most tasteful, amazing way. So don't be scared to try bunny chows or Indian curries, biltong, pap and wors. And also try the South African beer, South African brandy, whiskey, wine especially. You'll probably know that we're well known for our wines. There's even some really amazing gin craft breweries in South Africa that will definitely urge you to drink and to try if you like alcohol. And another thing that I would just like to add to this quickly is to try and support the local community when you're buying gifts. I know it can be tempting to just go to a mall and to do some shopping quickly. I mean, really try to scout some unique items, and if possible, try to support the community as far as possible. Like this beautiful bracelet. I mean, this is made of like thin cut strips of paper rolled up into beads, and it's just really beautiful. I like it. I bought this in Dolstrom, and there was a shop next to this shop that, I mean, this stuff is like stuff you can buy literally in a mall. Like, this town is quite small, so there's no shopping center, but it's really stuff that you can buy in a mall and shops that I've bought at, and then they sell it to poor tourists for 3 times the amount. And I mean, that is just ridiculous. But the shop next door to this one had like all these really amazing handmade crafts from the community, like these beads. They were like little planes made from cans and things like that. And even, I mean, you'll see a lot of vendors on the street that sell these types of things. Just always be cautious of what you're allowed to take back to your country. For instance, you can take like dried meats, the biltong, which is a snack and it's delicious, but you're not allowed to take it overseas or back to your foreign country. Even if you're buying some other animal products, just make sure that you're allowed to take it back. So yeah guys, I don't want to keep you too long. We're trying to keep our videos a little bit more short. Thank you for taking an interest in South Africa. We really appreciate it. Our country needs you to come and visit and to show the world how beautiful it is. And we want you to come and visit because it is so beautiful, and we want to share it with everyone. We want to spread the love. And thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Look us up on Facebook and Instagram. And I'm done with my rhyme for today. Thank you guys. Bye.